We live in an era where you can set up your business online, sell and distribute your products and services without leaving the comfort of your house. But let me take you back to the 1960s. During this period, we had no internet. There was no WhatsApp or Instagram or websites, and it was very expensive to communicate and scale your business. For you to be able to send messages, you had to use the post office, or you can use the fax machine, which was quite expensive. And telephones were like luxury in homes. So for you to be able to make a call, you have to go to the phone booth to actually make a call. So how was Nike able to sell over 50,000 shoes in 1967? In this video, I'm going to show you how they were able to do that and what you as a business owner can learn and apply in your business. So stick around. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Peter Eyo, and on this channel I share practical marketing and sales strategies that can help you make more sales and retain customers. And I also share with you business resources that will help you grow your business. So if this sounds like something good to you, please do hit the subscribe button. Just check around here. You will see a red button with the word subscribe. Just hit that button and you are subscribed to the channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It's always an honor to have you here. Please do like the video and share it with any business owner you know. So let me tell you briefly about Nike. Phil Knight, who is the co-founder of Nike, was a distance runner in his university days, and he had noticed one thing. The cameras from Japan, which were Nikon and Canon, were slowly replacing the cameras from Germany. So he thought to himself, what if Japanese sports shoes replace German sports shoes, which at that time were very popular in the US? By the way, the German sports shoes that were very popular in the US at that time were Adidas and Puma, which was owned by the two German brothers. So in 1962, Phil Knight traveled to a city in Japan called Kobe and discovered Onisaka, a shoe company in Japan. He requested to meet with the owner of the company, and he sealed a deal as a sole distributor for Onisaka in US. And that was how Blue Ribbon, his first company, was born. Now, let's look at how he was able to sell these shoes. In 1963, his first shipment arrived US, and he sold these shoes from the boot of his car at running tracks to coaches and athletes. But he wasn't a good salesman, and he couldn't keep up with the others. So he decided to hire his first employee, Jeff Johnson, who helped him sell over 3,000 shoes in his first 10 months. So how was Jeff able to do this? How was he able to sell over 3,000 shoes in the first 10 months? Now, this is the point where you as a business owner needs to pay attention to, because this is where you can draw out the lessons you can apply to your business to get the same results. Let's get into it. The first thing Jeff did was to build a customer list. For every pair of shoes Jeff sold, he had a card where he wrote down details about the customers. Details like the name of the customer, the shoe size of the customer, the birthday of the customer, the shoe preference, the occupation, and even the home address of that customer. Now, here's the lesson you can draw from that first point. If you own a business, one of the things that are very important to you, or one of the things that is very important to you, is having a customer list. You should just go beyond just having their name, their phone number, and their email address. Find out certain things about the customer, things like their birthday, their home address, or their anniversaries. You can use this to do a lot of things, which will lead us to the next point. Jeff built a relationship with his customers. Now, occasionally, Jeff sent birthday cards, letters, appreciating their customers whenever they won a race. He also sent them trainings and tips on how to win races with a note of encouragement before the races actually begin. Now, here's the lesson. Selling is far beyond just having a transactional value with your customers. You need to go beyond just selling and creating relationships with your customers. This is one of the ways you can turn ordinary customers into loyal customers. So please, go beyond just selling to your customers and try to develop and create a relationship with your customers. With this particular strategy, you can live rent-free in the mind of your customers, that whenever they need your product and services, you are the first person that comes to their mind. So please, make sure you create a relationship with your customers. The next thing Jeff did was that he went extra mile to satisfy customers. One time, a customer complained that his shoes wasn't comfortable for long distance running. Jeff hired a cobbler to fix this shoe and even added rubber soles and sent it back to his customer at no cost. This little gesture made the athletes loved him, and they shared and recommended his shoes with their teammates. And that's the powerful one. The lesson here is to go extra mile to satisfy your customers. Go extra mile. Now, there will be shortcomings, and that is very okay. But make sure you take responsibilities for these shortcomings and make sure you fix them. When you go extra mile, they are going to help you recommend and refer your product and services to their circle. So please, go extra mile. You are just raising an army of marketers for your business. This is the exact strategies that help Nike hit over 50,000 shoes under 2 years, especially with the help of Jeff Johnson. So my question to you is, what can you do to make your clients or customers fall in love with your brand or business? What can you do to make sure your customers feel you care about them and you are not just out there to get or collect their money? What can you do to make customers loyal to your brand up to a point that they can turn into fans and help you market your products and services? I'll leave you to think about this, but if you have watched this video to this point, I created a book called How to Turn Ordinary Customers into Loyal Customers. Inside this book, I share practical case studies used by business owners like you to make sure they turn their customers into long-term customers. Don't worry, I will leave the link to download this book in the description of this video, so please do check it out. And if you are still watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Did you enjoy this video and would you love to see more case studies like this? Please let me know in the comment section and I will answer you. Thank you so much for sticking around and see you in the next one.